In the fourth installment of the Resident Evil series, Resident Evil Afterlife, the story picks up a few weeks after the events of Resident Evil Extinction. Alice's clones attempt to assassinate Umbrella Corporation CEO Albert Wesker at his headquarters in Japan. However, Weskier triggers an explosion that destroys the facility and kills all the clones. As he escapes in an aircraft, the original Alice ambushes him, but he injects her with a serum that neutralizes the T-virus in her system, stripping her of her superhuman abilities and reverting her to a regular human. Weskier, whose powers have now surpassed hers, tries to kill her, but the plane crashes, and Alice survives the wreck. 6 months later, Alice follows a repetitive emergency broadcast from a supposed safe haven for survivors known as Arcadia in Alaska. After months of fruitless searching and finding no survivors, including her friends Claire Redfield and Kmart, Alice begins to lose hope, thinking she might be the last human alive. On a desolate beach, she finds the helicopter that Claire and the others had used. Alice encounters a disoriented and aggressive Claire, who is under the influence of an Umbrella Corporation device attached to her chest. Alice removes the device, which has damaged Claire's memory, and slowly helps her regain her memories. Flying a small plane, Alice and Claire reach the ruins of Los Angeles, where they find a group of survivors led by Luther West, who are holed up in a maximum security prison surrounded by the undead. Alice crash lands on the prison's roof, and the survivors explain that Arcadia is not a fixed location but a cargo tanker cruising along the coast. Since the plane can only carry 2 people, they must find another way to reach Arcadia together. Among the survivors is Chris Redfield, who has been locked in a maximum security cell. He claims to be an Umbrella soldier who fought the initial outbreak but was imprisoned by inmates as a cruel joke. He knows a way to reach the coast and Arcadia but refuses to reveal it unless freed. The survivors are skeptical of Chris's story and keep him locked up until the undead begin tunneling into the prison through the sewers, and a massive axe-wielding monster starts breaking down the front gate. Running out of time, they decide to free Chris, who recognizes Claire as his sister, although she doesn't remember him. Chris suggests using a military vehicle stored in the prison, but it turns out to be non-operational. Bennett, one of the survivors, shoots Angel and escapes in the plane, leaving the group with no option but to use the sewer tunnel. The group fights through the sewers, and Luther is trapped when the tunnel collapses. Alice, Claire, and Chris manage to escape and reach Arcadia, only to find the ship fully functional but abandoned. Inside, they discover that the ship is a trap set by Umbrella to lure survivors for experimentation. Claire's memories return, revealing that Umbrella troops had ambushed her group in Alaska and attached the control devices to them, though she managed to escape. They free the survivors, including Kmart, and Alice ventures deeper into the ship, finding escape helicopters and a purge bomb. In the ship's depths, Alice confronts Weskier, who explains that he is fighting for control against the T-virus within himself and hopes to assimilate Alice to gain mastery over the virus. Chris, Claire, and Alice battle Weskier, who appears to be defeated with help from Kmart, who knocks out Bennett. Bennett awakens to find himself locked in with Weskier's body, cursing Alice and the others. However, Weskier regenerates, devours Bennett, and escapes in a helicopter, activating the Purge Bomb to destroy the Arcadia. Anticipating his move, Alice had hidden the bomb on Weskier's helicopter, which explodes, seemingly killing him as she watches from the ship's deck with Claire and Chris. Unnoticed, a figure parachutes away from the blast, implying that Weskier has survived once more. Meanwhile, Luther emerges from the sewers, having survived the attack. Alice decides to turn Arcadia into a genuine sanctuary for survivors and broadcasts a message inviting others to join them. As she, Claire, and Chris plan their next steps, they see an approaching Umbrella assault fleet of helicopters loaded with heavily armed troops led by former Raccoon City Police Detective Jill Valentine, who is under the control of the same Umbrella device used on Claire.